Hi, good evening. Good evening. It's a great evening to each one of you. Have you heard about this disengaged employees? Disengaged employees are no doubt they are unproductive and ineffective and unproductive too. And they are the people who bring a loss to the organization in a geometrical way. One is arithmetical progression, another is geometrical progression. The damages they act as the corrosive agents or cancer to the organization. But you see, what about a disengaged leadership? If any organization is having a disengaged leader, then what will be the consequence or what will happen? Have you heard about this? Yes, today evening we will be discussing on this thing, right? Just give me 1 second. Yeah. The question might be, coming to you that how these disengaged leaders harm to the organization. Those who work with disengaged leaders often feel very much disappointed and frustrated, even if they are otherwise satisfied with their job. Because working under a disengaged leader, the people who are working under him, their future is there is no future. They are hopeless. There is no development, neither internal nor external. So how can you do your best? And when you are working for a disengaged leader, first it is important to try and understand the origin of this disengagement in the leader's situation and perspective. So that means putting yourself in their shoe for some time. And many disengaged leaders fall into one of the few categories. And the best response for each is a bit different. This, disengaged leaders, they are responding to one external issue outside the issue. So it is a recent development, especially if it was also sudden. So it may be related to something situational, and like an illness or the family crisis. Ongoing disengagement is a different issue and may be related to an issue like substance abuse, different substance abuse, or the long-term stress. If your leadership is there for a long-term stress, definitely that person is disengaged. Ask others about their perception and be clear that you are coming from a place of concerns, not a desire to gossip or denigrate. And many leaders are very unwilling to talk about their personal issue with a subordinate. They don't say it. And if you are in a position to do so, make sure that everyone on your team, including your leader, has access to information on the mental health resources. See, they simply don't know how to engage. A disengaged leader, he himself or herself, does not know how to engage the people. Your leader may just be an introvert or someone for whom engagement does not come naturally. The best way to engage an awkward leader is by taking the initiative. You may be able to open the door a bit, but by modeling engagement, you set a good example for the leaders and for your co-workers. And these disengaged leaders, and they are focused on strategic side of the leadership. Your leader may be drawn to the strategic elements of their position, things like decision making or crafting policies rather than directly managing the people. And they avoid the part of their job that they consider too draining. engage this type of leader with a small interaction instead of the long exchanges to show them that being with people doesn't have to be overwhelming. And particularly these disengaged leaders, they are self-centered. Ego-driven leaders rarely to look beyond their own needs and interests. And if it's not about them, they are not interested. You might have find, some leaders they think about their works, their incentive, always they think of them. But they forget, for some time at that moment, that if the team will perform, if your states will perform, the cumulative effect not only give him the financial benefit, but also elevate him in the ladder of the leadership. And each one will be motivated to work. So these self-centered leaders, they cannot come out successful. They're always disengaged by himself or herself and don't take care of and engaging of the employee. And you may need to feed their ego to get anything accomplished, but you can help compensate for their shortcomings and set a good example for others by making sure you are quick to give credit and encourage others. The disengaged leader is a serious problem. And like any serious problem, it requires careful assessment and an action plan. And more or less, it is up to, out of way, I have to enumerate you people. If your leader is disengaged, it must be intimated, informed to the top management. At least this chain must be cut, or else the entire team will be smashed or vanished. If you are under that umbrella of that corporate, umbrella of that company, you need to bring it to the notice of your management so that this disengaged leader should be engaged, or which I don't want to pronounce, you can better understand. And particularly, my dear, lead from your body, from your mind, and from your spirit. And if you are working with a leader who is disengaged, try to engage them. See, as a bona fide employee of the organization, as you want to shape your destiny, through the prospect of the company. So it is your, duty, it is your responsibility for your, for future, for a great future you are ahead, you must engage your leader. So many news are coming that leaders always, sit in the hotel and delegate to the people, go and conduct the work and come and report. Avoid, please, heaven's sake, avoid this sort of leaders. Speak from the heart, show them what true engagement feels and sounds like. Thank you. Thank you so much for your patience listening this video. Hope the next time when we will meet with your disengaged leader, you will make him engage or bring a leader who can engage you for the better work, for the betterment of him, for the betterment of you, or for the betterment of the organization. Thank you. Thank you so much.